Good evening and welcome. It's really great to see all of you here this evening. Tonight we're going to be passing the torch for our police chief. We'll be swearing in our 15th police chief in the city of Menasha's history. And just to kind of give you some perspective, there have been 28 mayors over that time. So the police chief is a very important position that has a long history. And we're fortunate to have had two outstanding, well, we will have two outstanding chiefs during my tenure, both Tim Stajka and Bob Stanke, who both really professionalized the police department and did some wonderful things. And their leadership really focused on relationship building and solving problems. I think that's what's really important and special about our police department. Our current chief has cultivated an outstanding culture within the department, and you can see that by the number of our officers here this evening. And I think he'd also tell you that he couldn't do it all on his own, and we have dozens of exceptional people right here on the department. And as a result of that, we are currently fully staffed. That's something very unusual in the police world. Most departments are having very difficult times filling those positions. We're fully staffed. We just showed that property crime and violent crime are down in the city, and that's something to be very proud of as well. Our community is changing for the better each and every day. And during his tenure, we also were certified by Wiley-Ack. And that's something that only a few departments within the state are certified as well. So at this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce Chief Stajka and thank him for his 27 years of service to the city.
Wow, to think that I finally got here. Yeah, I know. You know, it's one of those things that people often say, gee, when did you want to become a police officer? And I was informed by my mother that apparently 1976, Mother's Day, had made this great little cookbook in 4K preschool. And it says, Dear Mother, on Mother's Day 1976, I thought you'd like to know that I weigh 48 pounds. I weigh a little more now. 44 3/4 inches tall. My favorite color is blue. I like to eat hamburgers. And when I grow up, I want to be a policeman. So apparently it's one of those things that kind of stuck with me for a whole bunch of years. But I really want to start it tonight because while, yes, this is about me and my moving on to another chapter, it really isn't. It's really about all the people in this room. I really want to say thank you to the community. Thank you for hiring me 27 years ago, and then having the trust and the confidence to allow me to lead a just fantastic police department over the last 11 years. The support that the community has shown both me and the department has simply been incredible. When I look back at the community, as the mayor was just talking about, it's just been amazing. The bars and the issues we had downtown were crazy. I mean, literally between Tuesday and Sunday night, we got Monday nights off. I don't know, maybe Monday Night Football tamed the crowd or something, but it was absolutely insane downtown. When I started in 1996, we had 564 property crimes. Last year, we had 246. And you got to remember, the community's grown about 3,000 people in that amount of time. Police department keeps numbers. It takes all of you. It takes the community actually to bring things down like that. Relationships that we've had with Rock the Block, Habitat for Humanity, the Boys and Girls Club, local church organizations, the elementary liaison program. When I think about it, you have all these school districts that are cutting police officers in schools. What a terrible, terrible mistake that is. We have Chris Vanderheiden, who's in the back. He and his team has understood the importance of having elementary liaisons. By doing so, that's one of the reasons I believe that we have a lower crime rate of our juvenile crime now than what we did 5, 10, 15 years ago. We're building those relationships. It's not about arresting kids. It's not about holding people accountable for things. It's really trying to build those friendships and those relationships with kids at an early age. Another one is, our MCAP, our OFR team, the PRISM Team Solutions. When I talk about the MCAP, those that aren't familiar with it, that's a program that was actually created by the health department here and embraced by the fire department, Gold Cross, and all the agencies within the city to find a solution to the opioid crisis. We can't arrest our way out of it. So instead of arresting it, actually trying to find solutions and pairing someone up with a recovery coach, that's far more important, and it's been much more of a success. Last year, we were one of the only municipalities that showed a decrease in overdose deaths compared to everywhere else in the county. So we know it works. All these things, though, wouldn't have been accomplished if we didn't have the leadership of the mayor and the common council. So I'd like to say thank you to the council for being a part of the team. As one of the staff and leadership of the city, we know how we've always heard how the buck stops here, and I completely agree with you, that you are 100% right, because you're ultimately responsible to the way the community runs and how the city government is run. I would just suggest that, don't forget that we're also on the same page. Keep asking those challenging questions, folks. But remember, give us your ideas, give us your visions, and there are departments that are scattered all over the place, but we'll execute for you. That's what we're all about, and we want to make the city even better going forward. I want to thank Mayor Merkes. He always had the right mix of hands-off and giving us direction. He doesn't like certain things that we do, so he didn't want to be involved in some of it, but he liked what we were trying to do, and he certainly embraced it and knew that we can do it. There's some people that, certainly thrive on negativity, but when you actually look at what's taken place in Menasha and where we've come from, the mayor is really the one who's been at the helm, and we certainly appreciate him for that. I know we have a number of commission members, police commission members that are here, former ones and current ones. Thank you for working on this process that you had. I know it can be a large, long, and arduous process, and it's more than what you normally do with your regular police commission meetings. So thank you for doing that. And what we've always done with our commission is we've used them as a sounding board. And what we've tried to do over the years is make sure that we're going the right direction. So I thank the members of the commission that are here today that gave us that support. The department heads, I'm going to miss you folks. It's been interesting. I've been doing this a little bit, and we just have this energetic, creative, fantastic group of folks that is really going to bring the city to great places going forward. So thank you to all of them. And then our team at the PD. You folks are just one dedicated, awesome group, and I will truly miss all of you. When I say lead, we all know about listen to equity, explain dignity, right? That's what we stand by. As a result, we police differently. We listen to people, the way we treat folks. This whole concept of justifiable versus desirable, you embrace that. As a result, you have just made connections that are just absolutely incredible within the city. The alternatives that we do with solutions other than arresting folks, the traffic program. And we all know we can sit in the 1200 block of Plank Road and write speeding tickets all day long, but what does that really prove to anyone? So what our folks do is they really try to get those areas that we're having crashes or people are concerned about. Technology. I see Josh is here and a couple of the other folks. Over the years, we've always been on that cusp of trying to get the right technology, but not jumping at the technology. We want to be fiscally responsible to it. I do have to mention my darkest moment, though, and that obviously was the Trestle Trail. Jonathan, Olivia had him, and Erin, Erin was the one who survived, if you recall. She's always been my hero, and just how she really, losing her family members and what she was able to do, but it's not only what came with the Trestle, it's the way that the community came together. Unfortunately, or however you want to look at it, that was one of those times that active shooter types of things were not as common, unfortunately, as they are today. And for that to happen up here in this area was a very dark moment, but just the way that the community came together after it is something I'll never forget. Our non-sword folks that are here today, thank you for being the backbone of our department. We could not do the job if it wasn't for you folks. You are really what keeps us operational. The officers, thank you to everything that you do. You work nights, weekend, holidays, you miss the time with your families. Even things when we had COVID. We couldn't figure out a way to make a traffic stop in Zoom, so we were out there every day. And especially in the beginning portions of COVID, when we didn't know how dangerous and serious this was, our folks sucked it up, and every day we're out there taking the calls and keeping the community safe. So thank you to that. On the cusp of that was civil unrest. And as we know that nothing happened here in Menasha. Relationships that we've built over the years, even when there was some monitoring of that Denton was doing on Facebook, that there were some people that were looking to have a protest here. They said, no, we're okay. Menasha PD really hasn't done us anything wrong, so we're going to go somewhere else. And they did. Leadership team, thank you so much for your support. You've been a fantastic group to work with. Sandy, you're a part of that group. Thank you for all that you've done for us and being a part of our team. Angie, thank you for everything that you've done. You've been fantastic to work with over the last couple of years. Your questions never got annoying, and I was always willing to help you, so now you have all that knowledge to be an awesome team with Nick going forward. Speaking of Nick, you're in great hands going forward. Nick he's got a soft temperament, but he's a thinker. And Nick really is kind of embracing, I think, the good things that we've done. He doesn't have, he has this way of looking at things and trying to find the positivity in it as well. And I just think that you're going to be in very good hands with him going forward. So we're excited to see what he's going to do. Lastly, I need to thank my family. So I have some extended family members here today, and you really don't understand how the job of a police officer screws with your family, those that aren't in the field. It's when the family member is going because they got called in because there was a serious incident. It's when you can't go to Christmas and you celebrate Christmas on the 27th or 28th. It's when they don't understand why dad might just be one really crabby dude, and they don't understand it's because of what the job ultimately does to you. So my son, he's currently in the military, so he's unable to be here today. But my wife and daughter are here, so if you guys could come up quick. Yeah, well, here we go. So to both my son and my daughter, if you've seen some of the pictures, and what's going to happen a little bit later here tonight is Nick's family is going to help put some of the new hardware onto his uniform. My daughter was able to do that with my son when I started 11 years ago. And Debbie Galeazzi, I think I saw her today, she gave them a very stern thing of, remember, your dad's in the public spotlight now, so don't screw up because it's going to look bad on him. So I thank you and your brother for not screwing up and making me look bad. And what I wanted to give you is the star that you put on my uniform 11 years ago. And then to, my wife Shannon, thank you for being supportive. Thank you for being my listening ear, knowing when to back off and when to push. I couldn't have done any of this without you. So here's a necklace that you can have that I don't need any further. May go along with the outfit today, but maybe not. I don't know.
No diamonds.
No. Sometimes, but in any event, thank you so much to all of you. Thank you for everything that the city has afforded me over the years and the support that we've done. So it's been a fantastic ride, and I couldn't be more appreciative. So thank you very much.
We can do it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Apparently there's a change of plans, but that's okay. So Haley.
If you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Nicholas Thorne,
I, Nicholas Thorne,
having been duly qualified and appointed to the position of Chief of Police
having been duly qualified and having been appointed to the position of Chief of Police
of the City of Menasha,
of the City of Menasha,
Winnebago, and Calumet Counties,
Winnebago, and Calumet Counties,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that during my continuance in office,
that during my continuance in office,
I will, to the best of my skill and ability,
I will, to the best of my skill and ability,
faithfully uphold the Constitution of the United States,
faithfully uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and in all cases,
and in all cases,
conform to and enforce the laws of the United States,
conform to and enforce the laws of the United States,
the State of Wisconsin,
the State of Wisconsin,
and the ordinances of the City of Menasha.
and the ordinances of the City of Menasha.
I will adhere to the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics,
I will adhere to the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics.
and I will faithfully and impartially
I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of Chief of Police to the best of my ability.
discharge the duties of Chief of Police to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I will sign.
So now the presentation of the badge and the stars that Nick will wear. The history of the badge is somewhat unclear, but most people agree that it actually dates back to the Knights of the Kings that wore or had a shield to protect the kingdom in medieval times. Today our badge weighs about 40 grams, 1.4 ounces. For those of you that wear badges, you know that it's a heck of a lot heavier than that. The Chief's badge even weighs a little bit more, because not only are you responsible to the community like you've always been with the badges that you've worn, but now you're responsible to all the people that are going to be working for you, Nick. The community and the officers are going to look to your leadership and your direction, and the badge combines both. The badge that we have designed, if you look at it, it's got silver and gold on it, which looks like the other people's badges, but it has both silver and gold to kind of remind you that you never forget where you came from. You started as a patrol officer, you were a supervisor, now you mesh it all together and you're there for all of them. The stars have long been used by military to designate the top officials such as a general. When we changed the number 2 position, we actually found that the person that was doing the job was doing a lot more than what is normally in an operations captain or whatever the position. I think he's actually here tonight. So we did that with Brett Holderson, and we realized that we needed to do something different, and we made the position a deputy chief position. We ended up looking at about 40 to 50 agencies in Wisconsin, and we looked at their command structure. I've gotten the question a whole bunch of times, why 2, why not 3, why not 4, what's the deal? So just to clear that up for everyone that's sitting here today, if you've ever had that question, why does the police chief in Menasha wear 2? We found that most of the agencies about our size had 2. There were a few that had 4, and then there were a couple that had 3. However, Winnebago County Sheriff John Motz is technically considered the chief law enforcement officer of the county because they have jurisdiction throughout the entire county. So as a matter of respect to John Motz, we decided that 2 stars would be the appropriate one for the police chief. However, it's your ship now, so you can wear however many stars you want, Nick. But that's where we're going. So congratulations, sir. You are sworn in as the police chief of Menasha. I am off the hook because there can only be one chief. So what I want to do is please accept my badge as the visible sign of holding this position. Wish you the best of luck in your new role, and I invite you to bring up your family to pin on your badge and grab your stars and make some memories like I had a few years ago. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
You got, buddy.
Wow. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Good evening. I would like to start by saying thank you to the Police Commission for giving me the opportunity to lead one of the finest agencies in the state. I'm truly honored and humbled. I have a lot of pride in our organization and in the city of Menasha. In 2008, I remember driving to Menasha for the first time to take the officer entry exam. I just graduated and I was so excited to take the next step in my policing career. On my way to take the exam, I can vividly remember driving down Racine Street, passing the high school, thinking to myself, this is it. This just feels like home. As I walked into the library to take the exam, I was met by a room filled with what felt like hundreds of other applicants hoping to get their chance and their opportunity. After going through the process, I was grateful to have been offered a position and to start my career. I quickly learned that policing is so many things. It's way beyond anything that can be taught in just the classroom. Around Christmas that first year, I watched and followed along with our officers as we provided food, clothing, and toys to families in need. And I began to understand the true meaning of having a servant's heart. That mentality has stuck with me throughout my career. We have some of the finest and most talented police officers and civilian employees in the state of Wisconsin. We are truly blessed. We currently have a fantastic department, and I have many ideas for how our agency will move forward and continue to improve. We'll be furthering the police department's community engagement activities with our citizens and businesses to continue to build upon the transparency that we have established with them. I'm looking forward to a collective and collaborative effort with our citizens, the Common Council, our department heads, and our staff with the goal of keeping Menasha an enticing place to live, work, and enjoy. I'm excited and eager to work with each one of you. I'd like to thank those that have helped mentor me and guide me throughout the process. I wouldn't be standing here without your support and your encouragement. This certainly includes my wife, Stacy, who has always helped, she's always kept me grounded and supportive of my goals. It's truly an honor to be here tonight, and I'm appreciative of your trust in me as your new chief to continue leading the police department to its highest potential. In closing, I'd like to personally thank Tim for his leadership and guidance. His mentorship has been appreciated by so many throughout our organization, the Fox Valley, and the state of Wisconsin. And his continued efforts to improve our department and the city of Menasha has driven us in a great direction. On behalf of the members of the Menasha Police Department, we would like to present Tim with this personalized shadow box as a small gift and token of our appreciation.
Wow, nice.
Stan, did you want to come up?
Hi, everyone. My name is Stan Sevenik. I am the council president here in the city of Menasha. First thing I would like to do is ask any of the police commission members, if they're here today, if you would raise your hand. I saw some of you here. Thank you very much. You did a great job by choosing this individual. I kept quiet about it, but that was my personal choice too, because I'll tell you why. I worked with this guy. He's helped my neighborhood. He's helped other neighborhoods. Like, for instance, not so long ago, we had a drug problem on Doty Island, and I met both with the chief and our new chief, and we worked together to resolve an issue that this individual, let's just say, is in jail. Tim earlier talked about the department, how it's different than in other communities, and that is so true. You know, you saw on the police cars where it would say protect and serve. That's exactly what this department does. If you heard the mayor before talk about problem solving, that's the technique that our chiefs have done. They look for problem solving an issue, not having this military attitude that some of our surrounding communities take, which I strongly oppose. And I've had meetings with the chief and we talked about this. I'm so proud of our police department. And if you live in the city of Menasha, you should be very proud also. This evening, the City of Menasha, the Menasha Common Council, and the mayor, along with the staff, I feel embarrassed to bring this out compared to what he just got. Nice job, Angie, wherever she hit, too. But we'd like to honor you this evening with this, and I want to thank you also personally for, he probably had the toughest time of all the aldermen, was probably with me. But we always worked together, we always respected each other, and we are losing a very, very valuable resource in this community. And you could tell that this evening by just listening to this gentleman. I mean, he has taken this police department and turned it into such a professional department. I mean, look at this, even a nice banner, right? So, and I know that was his doings. So anyways, congratulations, both chiefs. Congratulations, I appreciate it, and the Common Council appreciates it.
So again, thank you all for coming this evening on this very important occasion. And thank you to Chief Stejka for his 27 years with the department and all the fantastic things he's done. And we're looking forward to Chief Thorne and all the good things that you're going to continue to do with our department. So congratulations and thank you. That concludes our program for this evening. Thank you all for coming.